They created a picture of who they want to become. Oh, you must create a picture of who you are becoming, not who you are today. The future is what we are talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, when you come here every single day, every day as you come to town, what is running in your mind? Where do you see yourself tomorrow? Because where I see myself tomorrow dictates what I'm going to do today. And ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that snap that photograph of yourself according to your vision. Every single day, ladies and gentlemen, learn to sit and reflect on who you want to become. Who you want to become in terms of a leader, in terms of an achiever, in terms of living your dream. What kind of picture do you get every time when you sit and take those snapshots in your mind? Are we together? It's one requirement and it's one very important thing, ladies and gentlemen, to always visualize who you want to become. That's why they encourage everyone, and that's why everyone must have a dream board. That what I visualize, I can also see. Are we together? What I have in my mind, can I bring it out on paper? What I have in my mind, can I have it somewhere? Are we together? The more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more I want it, and the more I work hard for it. Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying that go after your dream, no matter how unattainable others think it is. People might tell you that, you know what, that is too big for you to achieve. People might tell you, you know what, you are not the person who's meant to be that. You are not the person who's supposed to get that car. You're not the person who's in the right shoes to get that house. If it's not me, then who is it going to be? Are we together? If it's not me, who is it going to be? If it's not me, why think others can do it if I cannot do it? Are we together? I want you to assume, ladies and gentlemen, that if anyone is going to achieve your dreams, then it's going to be you. If anyone is going to live a very good life, then it should be me. Are we together? No matter what other people think, always ask yourself, me, what do I think? Are we together? Maybe people are comfortable wherever they are. The question is, me, am I comfortable? It comes back to who? To me. Regardless of what your upline, your downline, your crossline, your parents tell you, the question comes back to me as an individual. Ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that this is a simple exercise I want us to do. The 10 things I would like OQATA to bring into my life that currently doesn't exist. What are those 10 things that for sure, after you have done OQATA for some time, you want to have ticked them off? What are those 10 things you say that, me, if OQATA is going to be a success to me, if it's going to be a successful business to me, then I must have achieved these 10 things. I want us to get our notebooks. Write down the 10 primary things you want to achieve from this business. All of us, when they showed us the business, when we are paying money, there are things that were running in our minds. There are things we felt that we must achieve. What are those 10 things? I want us to write the 10 things. All of us. What are those 10 things you feel I must achieve out of OQATA? What are those 10? What are those 10 things? Everyone, get your pen and paper. 10. Is it a car? Which car is it? Is it land? What measurement? The quantity? Is it a house? Put the figure you want. Is it a family? Put whatever you want. Is it an apartment? Put it down. Is it a building? Put it down. Is it travel? Put it down. But write down 10 things. Because, ladies and gentlemen, God does not give you what you don't want. They give you what you want. They give you what you request for. They don't give you what you don't request for. So what do you want out of OQATA? What team do you want? What kind of network do you want? Don't copy. Because what your neighbor wants is not what you want. And what you want is not what your neighbor wants. So everyone, 10. If you reach 10, you raise your hand. I just want like 5, 10 people reaching 10. So when we get 5 people who have reached 10, we go to the next slide. Okay? Mr. Pius is done with this 10. Mr. Mwanje is done with this 10. Who else is done? Okay, what's your name, sir? Cyprian. Okay, Cyprian has reached 10. Those are 3. Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan. Jonathan, can see Hajat. 5. I want 2 more arms. So you mean all along you didn't know what you want out of the business? I'm joking. Make sure you put things you feel I want to die for. Put things that you really say in your heart that I will do whatever it takes. Put things that really matter to you in the 10. Are we together? 2 more hands and then we can go to the next one. Okay? 2 more people. Jim. You're copying. You almost have the same. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are things that, this is an exercise that I always want you to do. Always review, what are the things I want? They usually remind you of the commitment you made when you were starting the business. You see, very many times we start the business, we are human beings. We start deviating from the course. Are we together? But every time I sit and look at the things I really want from the business, they remind me of what I'm supposed to do again. They remind me of the commitments. They remind me of the resolutions I made when I got started into the business. Ladies and gentlemen, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. What we have done is doing what? Writing down the goals. My question is, when do you want to achieve those 10 things? How long? The biggest thing on that list, when you want to achieve it, write down that time below the what? Below the 10 goals that you've set. Say, I want to have achieved these 10 goals or targets or dreams within the next how many? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Are we together? Make sure you put a what? A time limit. Put a time, specify the time within which you must achieve. Because when you do not put time, it means maybe you want to work for them in a lifetime. Are we together? But the moment you put time, ladies and gentlemen, time is what decides the pace. Time decides the pace. The goal decides what I'm supposed to do. Are we together? But the time factor, the time determines the pace that I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. Are we together? If I say I want to be the team of 10,000 people, I know what to do. I'm going to prospect, I'm going to invite, I'm going to do follow-up. Are we together? When I say I want the 10,000 people in 1 year, then I'm now looking at how many invitations must I do in the time that I have. Are we together? How many presentations must I do in the time that I have put? So, put down the time limit. Are we together? And then, ladies and gentlemen, the next thing we shall look at is the plan. The plan is what are those things you are going to do in the time you've given yourself. Are we together? Now, ladies and gentlemen are saying, number 2, step number 2, you must believe it. You start by dreaming it. You start by visualizing it. You have written down things you've thought about. Maybe some of you, because when you build a house, you said, okay, I think I can also have a Budu house. You write it down, not so? Because you've seen your friends say, I want to drive a Rolls Royce. You also write it down. Step number 2 is, do you believe it is possible to get those things you've put on paper? I want you to peruse through the 10 things you've written down. Are they fantasies or they are things that are real to you? When I believe it's possible, it's not a fantasy anymore. There's one I can say, I want to go to the moon. Okay. But do I believe that I'll go to the moon? Maybe yes, maybe no. It becomes a fantasy. There is I don't know if Jim remembers, there's a camp we had some time back, and we had this guy who used to call himself the success engineer. When we were doing this exercise, we said, what are some of your dreams? The guy said, I want to have a house on the moon. I want to have a house where? On the moon. And we're like, okay, but do you believe it's possible that you're going to do it? Okay, maybe he believes, but me, I didn't believe. But for him, he did what? I don't know. So even you, I want you to ask yourself this question. The things you've written down, do you believe them? That you can achieve them? Do you believe that you can put up this building that you've put on the list? Do you believe that you can build your network of 1 million people that you've said you want? Do you believe that you can make the 200 million that you've said you want out of OQATA? Do you believe it? Yes, I've dreamt about it, but do I believe that I can do it? We have seen people who join OQATA and say, I want to become a top earner. When you say, those things are not ours, they are for those people. They dream about it, but they do not believe it. They're saying that, fake it until when you make it. Work your own personal style. And they're saying that, don't believe at all. Positivity is a choice. When they say, I am amazing, I can do anything, and you're quiet looking like this, already that shows that, you know what? Even whatever you're writing down, you don't believe. In the presentation, when they're saying, left, right, 157, 500, you are watching like this. You don't believe it's even possible. When they're saying you can make 1 million every single day, you're like, look at them. Are we together? When people coming on stage and saying, you know what, you are the best, you're a millionaire. Who told you? Me, I am 1,000 here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a choice. It is a choice. Ladies and gentlemen are saying that I celebrate my individuality. Do you trust yourself? Do you believe yourself? One of the reasons why most of us are not growing, why most of us are not having big business, is because you don't believe you can be a good upline. It's because you believe that people cannot follow you. It's because you think, ladies and gentlemen, you are not meant for greatness. You don't believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is not me, Hamson, going on stage and saying, I believe myself. No. It is the actions. It's the way I talk about myself. It's the way I approach people. Are we together? It's the way when a new person joins, what do I tell them? When you join me, you are assured you are going to be super successful. That shows I believe in my abilities. Do you believe in your abilities? Because, ladies and gentlemen, all of us have sponsored. All of you have sponsored. Are we together? But why is it that you, when you sponsor, people are not working? The only reason is because you don't believe that you're good upline. So you bring them in business and you withdraw. You bring them in business, you stop working with them because you don't believe in them, you also don't believe in yourself. Because, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in this room who's good, someone believed in them at one point. That's why they pushed them. That's why they encouraged them. That's why they trained them. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, they kept holding their hand because they believed in them. But they also believed in themselves that, you know what? I am good enough to make you good. Ladies and gentlemen, every single day, if you are going to achieve any goal, if you're going to achieve any dream, it comes back to, do you believe in yourself? That even if they give you the best people, but when you don't believe in yourself, they will become amateurs also. Because that's what you show them. Are we together? And that's why sometimes good people don't want to join people who are average. And you know the good person is someone who believes in themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I am prepared to succeed. Are you ready for success with OQATA Wellness Solutions? Or are you double dealing in OQATA? Today you're in, tomorrow you're out. Today you're in, tomorrow you're out. Today you're in, tomorrow you are out. That already shows you do not believe that you can succeed. There is someone who are talking to yesterday and I said, already they have given up. In 4 months, they have handed over the baton. In 4 months, they have already declared, me, I'm done. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, there is no way you're going to have massive success if you are not prepared for that massive success. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, the strongest factor for success is self-esteem. Believe you can do it. Believing you deserve it and believing you will get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one thing that I so much believe in. Self-esteem, pride. Pride. You must be proud of yourself. Are we together? You must trust yourself. You must, ladies and gentlemen, you must go with your head high. Let people think whatever they think, but what do you think about yourself? Are we together? What do you think about yourself? Because, ladies and gentlemen, the moment my self-esteem is high, my confidence levels are automatically high. The moment my self-esteem is high, my confidence is high. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest with you, learning, and get results out of whatever you've learned, it comes back to your self-esteem, your attitude, your confidence. When I learn something and I go in front of my downline, am I telling them to go and try, or am I telling them because I know it will work? That's why you get the same strategy. Give it to two people. They don't get the same results. Someone fails totally, another one succeeds fully. Why? It comes back to, as you are using this strategy, do you actually believe that you are the right person to push the strategy? Do you believe that this strategy can work? Are we together? Because, ladies and gentlemen, everything to work, it comes back to me and you. It comes back to me and you. The way I push it down, the way I talk about it, is what actually makes people believe it actually works. Are we together? It's what makes people think it works, depending on how I talk about it. Should I talk about it with doubt? Should I talk about it with fear? Should I talk about it without confidence? People are automatically going to think it does not work. But the moment I come out and I give you 100%, 1,000% assurance that it works, even if I've also not used it, trust me, it will work. It will. I was meeting someone and they told me that the only thing that makes people successful, the only thing that makes people achieve or even reach higher ranks, is just the mentality. It's just the mentality. It's not because they're the hardest workers. Let me be honest with you. Some people here are so much more hardworking than even very many top earners. But you know what? You are very hardworking, but you don't trust yourself. It's about the mentality. It's about, do you believe it's possible for you? Or you say, me, I work hard, but those things are not mine. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, see it and visualize it. Ladies and gentlemen, the great achievers have a habit. They see things. They see things. Being honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why most of these great people, when you meet them, there is a way they talk in prophecy. Most of them talk in what? In prophecy. You know what? I sat and I realized. I thought. They talk like pastors. How many of us have met pastors? Are we together? You've heard pastors preach. But do you realize that that's not a language for only pastors? It is a language for every successful person. They are very good at visualizing. You know what? I sat and realized this area needs a school. I sat and realized, you know what? This team, they just need to do this. And you know what? Very many times, because they believe it, when they say it, everyone says, by the way, that is very true, even if it is not true. But for them, they saw it. Because they have another eye that you don't have. Are we together? Let me be honest with you. Every strategy, every plan that you apply comes up with, they just sit down and say, you know what? I believe this thing works. Even if it has never worked for anyone. They have the power of visualizing. They have the power of seeing things that have not what? Happened. How many of us see things? Or for you, they see for you everything. Learn to see for yourself. Learn to see for your team. As an upline, one thing I want you to master is this. Make sure you are thinking and seeing for your team. Whatever you visualize as the upline, that's what the team is going to go with. The moment you're not seeing anything, then trust me, the whole team is blind. The entire network is blind. Are we together? That's why, ladies and gentlemen, always have time off to sit and think and meditate for your business. Think through what can work for my team. Analyze what's happening. Be so observant. When you come here as an upline, your work is not only making phone calls, but your work is also to observe what's happening in your business. The moment you don't sit and observe, you won't see anything. The moment you sit and observe, you'll see something that is lacking. Businessmen, entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur is someone who finds solutions for the prevailing or current problems. How do you identify problems the moment you are not observant? Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, get free throw shooters. Great free throw shooters in NBA picture the ball going through the basket even before they throw the ball. Are we together? Those who play any sport, by the way, as long as it involves scoring, many times, many times, it's about you anticipate something even before it happens. Very many times. Be it even soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, be very specific. Train yourself to look for the positive in everything. Believe in divine timing. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to have this mentality of seeing positivity in everything. Some people, We are telling them, you know what? This is a very new company. This is a very powerful company. Imagine the next 5 years. And they're saying, it's new. Let me wait for you to first grow old. You mean there are no testimonies? Me, I'm telling them, you know what? I want to become the testimony. They're saying, let the testimonies first come. Those are two different people. Same thing, but different thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, feel like you already have manifested your desires, your dreams, what you want. Are we together? Start imagining. Start preparing yourself for greatness. Start thinking like a rich man. You become rich in the mind before you become rich materially or physically. It starts where? Here. It starts where? Here. Ladies and gentlemen, trust and surrender. When you visualize, you materialize. It starts from where? From the mind. Every idea, everything that we want, everything that we work on starts from what? Starts from the mind. Whether positive or negative. So, what are you thinking? Failing also, the same way success begins in the mind. Even failing begins where? In the mind. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in this room and your goal of joining OQATA was to test, better pack up your bags and go and look for another place to work. You failed a long time ago. If you join business to see if things will work out, you failed the day you had that mentality. If you join business, you had money for a premium and you put a starter, you failed from the day you paid that money. Because, ladies and gentlemen, what is running in my mind dictates how I'm going to work. It dictates how I'm going to work. The one who's, some of us have watched movies, you've watched movies of this guy called Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is what he said. They were asking him, it was an interview, what are some of the tips that can make someone super successful stand out? This is what he said. The worst thing that has killed many people is plan B. Plan B. The contingent plan is the worst plan for any successful man. The contingent plan. Differentiate diversification, differentiate expansion from plan B or a contingent plan. What is plan B? Plan B is when I say, let me join OQATA, but let me put a small shop. When OQATA fails, I know where to go to. Do you know what's going to happen? You are going to give the small shop, you're going to give the contingent plan more time, more energy, more resources, more thinking, because you want it to work. Your plan is not making A work. Your plan is making B work because you trust plan B more than plan A. That's why you put plan B. Because the resources, the time, the energy that plan A needs are the same things that also plan B needs. So which one will work? Which one will? It's the one you trust the most, which you're looking at as the savior of the other one. Actually, in reality, plan B is plan number A, and plan A is plan C. It's not what I say, it's what I do. It's what I'm thinking. Are we together? So if you join, I've seen people who come and say, let me try OQATA and see if it works. Let me be honest with you. You're wasting your time. It will not work. If you're also in this room saying, let me give it 1 year, trust me, you won't see the 1 year. Do you know why? You have already put a condition. You have already surrendered half of it. You have already accepted. Are we together? You have already accepted that even when I fail, it's okay. But a guy who says, this thing must work, let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, they do whatever it takes to make it work. That even when things are not working out, they stick. They force themselves on the success of that same project. But the moment you have it in your mind that if these things don't work, I have plan B. You know what's happening? Even when a tiny thing happens, you run away. I knew. I had seen it before. I had said it. I knew from the beginning, these things do not work. These things work. But it's because you didn't come in to make them work. You were just passing by. You were doing what? You were passing by. Ladies and gentlemen, you must visualize where you want to see your business. Where do you see your business? Is it failure or is it success? Whatever you see, you'll get. You make a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, step number 4, tell it. Do what? Tell it. Say what you want. Say what you want. The more times you say it, ladies and gentlemen, the one who wants to achieve their dreams must tell that dream to many people. Go talk about it because you believe you can achieve it. How many of us remember when Elon Musk started talking about SpaceX? You remember that time? How many years ago? How many rockets actually got burnt even before they could take off? How many trials did he make? Very many. Very, very many. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing here. Talk about it. Even if things haven't worked out yet, talk about it. Because the more I talk about it, the more I believe it. And ladies and gentlemen are saying that one reason why we need to talk about it, as we continually say it, we begin to believe it more and more. If we are talking about it, then it must be possible. And ladies and gentlemen are saying that another reason is it holds us accountable. When we have told others, it spurs us on to actually doing it so we don't look fools. The more I say it to people, the more I'll want it, and the more I'll be determined to achieve it, because many people will be asking. Many will be asking. And you know what? They're helping you. Some of them will think they are mocking you. But you know what? One thing I've realized is negative motivation is the best motivation ever. Negative motivation. Our previous company, my first 2 years, I was driven by negativity only. There was no positivity. It was negativity. My main goal in our previous company was, there are people I wanted to prove wrong. That was my goal, main goal. And I achieved it. Super successfully, I achieved it. Are we together? It's the same thing here. The more I say something, and people think I'm saying, Hamson, you think you'll do it? It's okay. I'll work to show you. Everything can work in your favor, depending on how you look at it. Depending on how you look at it. If she's doing better than you, say I'm even better than her. Say it. Go and work harder than her. But don't steal her books. Don't go talk negative about her. Work harder than her. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying that they laugh at me because I'm different. I also laugh at them because they're all the same. Are we together? They laugh at you because they think you are different. But also turn and look at them and laugh and say, but you guys are remaining the same. There is one of the top earners in MLM. He's from Sudan, Khartoum. This guy was telling us that in network marketing, people see us as people who are upside down. Are we together? But we also see them as people who are upside down. When you meet a madman, he thinks you're the one who's mad. Because what you're doing to him is not normal. Because what he's doing is what is normal. Are we together? As people are saying you cannot achieve this, but you're saying, man, I have the capacity. I have the potential. I have the energy. I can achieve this. You are the one now who's not normal to me. You is saying, I don't have the energy. Are we together? I remember there's a meeting we had before we joined OQATA. I sat and told someone, you are playing games with us. We still have the energy. I still have the motivation. I still have the morale. All I need is I'll get another opportunity. I'll give it my motivation. I'll give it my time. I'll give it my everything. And I'll still succeed there. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to step number, plan it. Every dream must take the form of a plan. It's not about talking about it. It's not about telling people, you know what, I want to drive, I love a Porsche Cayenne. It's not about telling people I want a Porsche Cayenne. It's not about telling people I want a TX 2015 model. It's not about telling people. It's about, do I have a plan to achieve it? Are we together? My next car is a TX Land Cruiser. And I have the plan for it. And I must drive it. I must drive it. Are we together? It's what I want. It's what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, I want it. Do I have a plan to get it? We have the car incentive. Become a Ruby. Become a what? A Ruby. When you're a Ruby, how much have you gotten from the car incentive? Total accumulation? Eh? You people. Are you not attending OPPs? Eh? Are you sure it is 232 million? About? No. A percent is how much? When you become a Ruby, in accumulation, when you become a diamond, you had better attend the presentations more and more. Okay. Break the whole plan down into small, workable parts. Are we together? Break it down into small and workable parts. How do you eat an elephant? How many of us believe you can eat an elephant? Do you believe it is possible? You don't eat it in one day. You eat it in bits. In bits. It's the same way you're going to achieve the big goals. You achieve them in bits. That's why when you are setting your goals, before you think about the big goal, before you think about the secondary goals, first look at the primary goals. You cannot say, I'm going to buy a car when you cannot afford a taxi. You can't say, I'm going to put up a very big mansion when rent is still a problem. Not so. You start in the primary goals as you go to the secondary goals. You start with the small goals as you go to the bigger goals. Ladies and gentlemen, set smart goals. That's saying that have a daily to-do list. Today, what am I going to do about my dream? Today, what am I going to do about my goal of maybe I want to earn $1 million every single day? Ask yourself, today what have I done that will contribute to the 1 million? The person who is going to earn $1 million every single day, they don't start earning it the day they get it on the DTC or on the Revolution. They start earning it the day they start working towards it. You don't have a house the day you enter that house. You have a house the day you start saving money for that house. That's the day you have the house. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing here. Ask yourself every single day, what am I doing to make sure that I achieve that goal that I've put down? Are we together? How many people have I invited? How many have I presented to? How many follow-ups have I done? How many closes have I done? And ladies and gentlemen, make an action plan. Ladies and gentlemen, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to sit down and put down a work plan for the goals that you have, then you have already failed on the goal. If you are going to achieve any goal you are going to write down, it starts by you planning on how that goal is going to be achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, the day you sit and write down, I want to do this, I want to do this, after this I'll do this, you have begun a journey of success. You have already achieved your goal halfway. You've achieved your goal halfway. The moment you sit and plan, the moment you have a plan, then you have already succeeded halfway. Are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to step number 6, which is work it. I have a plan. I have a plan. It's on paper. It's now time to put it into action. Are we together? Many times, very, very many times, many people stop where? At the planning part. Half reach planning. Some don't even reach planning. The ones who succeed are the ones who go ahead and look at the plan, but also look at how do I work it out. They start the implementation part. Unfortunately, the successful are usually the hardest workers. Many people, ladies and gentlemen, are very smart. Who's the smart person? Is someone who puts up the plan. The hard worker, he combines, I want you to be the one who's smart and at the same time a hard worker. You have a plan, but also you are willing to put in the work. Ladies and gentlemen, use the products. Use the products. In all the plans you have, the one who has understood OQATA fully, if you have really sat down, analyzed, and understood OQATA Wellness Solutions, you must combine recruitment and product movement. If you don't do those two, if you choose to say, me, I'll sell, me, I want to recruit people, then, ladies and gentlemen, you are simply saying, the maximum I'll ever earn is 10 million Ugandan shillings. The one who's thinking about, the one who's saying, I want to earn more than 10 million Ugandan shillings from OQATA, ladies and gentlemen, then you must use the product. You must use the product. There must be product movement in your team. And how do you get product movement in your team? It starts by you. How many of us are taking a product at home? Every day, you take a product. By show of hands. Which one are you taking, Mr. Patel? Hope it's not Andrew T. It's the one. Which one are you taking? Akabashija. Which product are you taking, sir? He hasn't started. Which one are you taking? Which one? Which one? Who else is taking products? Trimton Ambassador. Of course, Trimton. I love that. Who else is taking a product? Yes, Jalia. Our top number 3. Okay. 4 of them. Mr. Mwanje, which product are you taking?
I'm taking Trimton, Omega 3, Liver Care, and Network.
Wow. 5. Let's give a very big round of applause. I'm getting a competitor. Yes. Yes, madam. Crohn, Omega, and Liver Care. Who else is taking 5 products? Person is taking 5, manager, some manager, is it recommended to take 5 products at the same time? It's okay. I'm going to add number 6 then. I do clone, I do reservatory, I do trim tone, I do androti, I do liver care. Every night, a capsule. I'm going to add super omega 3. We also brought muscle bone care. Not so? I'm also going to put it. I'm a sportsman. All the 9, maybe hair, skin, and nail. That one I'll leave it for the ladies. But all the rest I'm going to take. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest with you. You are not going to be very hard working if every time you are sickish. If every time you are weak. If every time you're saying, well, wait, if every time ogamba ensing enuma. Every time, are we together? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are really going to get results, if you are going to get massive success, then you are going to have a marathon of months with no interruption of anything like I am down. Of anything like I'm down. Are we together? You are going to have a marathon. You are going to have more than 3-4 months, clear months of I am not feeling tired. Are we together? And how do you have such a body? It's when you are actually using the products. And let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. There is no way you are going to recommend these products to other people if you're still saying, there's no going to move those products. There's no going to sell products that yourself you don't believe in. Believing in the products is not me coming on stage and saying, I believe 100%. I believe by going back home. I do my 5 products. That's what I mean by believing in the products, not saying I believe in them. Ladies and gentlemen, share the products. Tell people about them. Tell people about them. It starts with you, then to your team, then to people outside the team. Are we together? Make sure if you are going to have a healthy product movement in your team, it starts by you and then your downlines. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to move 20,000 points by you. If you're the only person talking to clients, you are going to move even 20,000, even 40,000 in 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Only when you and your team are moving products, are sharing products. Are we together? I was telling some gentleman yesterday who joined business, I was telling him that my dream, my goal is to make 1 billion every single week in my team worth of sales. 1 billion. 1 billion worth of sales every single week in my team. Because when 1 billion sales are made in the team, do you know what that means? Very many people in the team are earning. Ladies and gentlemen, I told the same gentleman that my goal is not top 30 being the benchmark of success in the business or in my team. I told him that I want to surpass top 30 benchmark as a sign of success because there are very many people making money. Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you find that you have, let's say, 30 people all making 30 millions and above, then the top 30, and other people are making 20 million, 10 million, are they not rich? Are they not rich? They are rich. I want that top 30, top earner becomes a byproduct. It becomes a secondary benefit from your progress. I want you to work to satisfy yourself. I want you to work and earn and solve your problems and become a better person. Then let the top 30 become an extra bonus. This is what I believe. When people are clapping that you are a top earner, That is the least benefit you have. The biggest benefit is when they say you have made 50 million, 30 million. The biggest benefit is not clapping for me. The biggest benefit is the problems, the school fees, the property that you have bought. That's the main benefit. Clapping for you is a by the way. Recognition is secondary. But the problems I have solved are the most important aspect of the recognition that you are looking at. That's what I want in my business. I want to see a team of people who are super successful, whether in top 30 or not. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to stop at just using the products, but also encourage your downlines to use the products. There's a gentleman in the team. This guy is promoting liver care. For him, his goal is everyone in my team must buy liver care every single month. That's his goal. And every single week, there are orders of liver care from his team. Every single week, plus other products. But there must be more than 5, more than 10 liver cares in his orders every single week. Because for him, he said, my flagship product is liver care. What's your flagship product in your team? All of us, even if it is Andrew T, it's okay. But I pray for that team myself. But it's a good team, and it will be a very powerful team. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want in your team, what are you promoting? What are you promoting? Let people reorder whatever product they want, but also have something that you are going to push down. Let it be systemized, actually. That's the right word. Let it be systemized. That at least everyone will fight to make a sale of a product every single week. Are we together? And ladies and gentlemen, share the opportunity. Tell people. Go and tell the world how OQATA is doing wonders. Go and tell people how OQATA, ladies and gentlemen, is taking the world by storm. Do not look at whatever is happening here and think it's normal. This is not business as usual. It's not business as usual at OQATA. The progress we are registering for a 4-month-old company, it's so tremendous. I want us to go out there and tell the world. Go and push the numbers. Go and tell many people as you can about the opportunity. And you know what's going to happen? You are going to make crazy money. You are going to make crazy money. Your dreams are going to come in a flash. And ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that a dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Sacrifice. What? Sacrifice. The one who makes the biggest money is not the one who is the most stingy in the team. The one who makes the biggest money is actually the one who puts in the most money at the end of the day. If you look at our CEO, there is no one who invested more money than him in business, but still, no one made the same investments like he made. No one. The same thing applies in OQATA. Do you want to make money? Ask yourself, what have you sacrificed? What have you done to deserve the results that you wish for? I always want to ask myself, what special thing have I done to have results that other people don't have? You want to make 20 million more than other people. What have you done for it? Is the question you need to ask yourself. What have you done so different? Yes, every day you come for morning training, perfect. Every day you come for general training, perfect. Every day you attend the OPP, perfect. On top of that, what have you done? What have you done special? Are they side meetings? Are they mentorship classes? Are they outreaches? Are they maybe product seminars out there? Are they maybe showcases somewhere? What special thing are you doing? Most of us are in a routine. All of us are in a what? In a routine. A A routine, ladies and gentlemen, is going to make you a super member of OQATA Wellness Solutions, but it's not going to make you an outstanding member of OQATA Wellness Solutions. You are going to be a royal distributor. Differentiate royalty from being extraordinary. Every day we see you, we have you at heart. We love you so much because every day you are at the center. We appreciate that. But what extra thing are you doing that's going to make you not just a real distributor, but it's going to make you an extraordinary distributor? That as other people are making 1 million per week, you can make 10 millions per week. That difference is not brought in by the morning sale that everyone is in. It's not brought in by the general presentation that everyone is in. It's brought in by what is that extra thing you do outside the presentation time? What is that extra thing you do outside the general training? What is that extra thing you add into your team that other teams are not getting? That is what's going to create the difference. That's what we mean by it takes sweat, it takes determination, it takes hard work. Are we together? Everyone is going through the normal routine. That's okay. But if you're going to make extra, then you are going to go on top of the normal routine. Let me add something. On top of the normal routine, let me do something extra when other people have gone. Are we together? When other people say, presentations are done, closing is done, appellants meeting is over, let's go home. For you, that's the time when you remain and make an extra phone call that gets you an extra sign up. That's when you remain and make an extra phone call to a client that helps you to make an extra sale that everyone has done. Everyone has moved one product because that's what the team has said. But when you remain behind and do that extra thing, that's why you're going to move 5 products when everyone has moved one. What is that extra thing you're doing to deserve extraordinary results? Ladies and gentlemen, my last point is enjoy the journey. Step number 7, you must enjoy what you're doing. You must be passionate about what you're doing. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, don't be in swing moods as a distributor. You must be switched on 24/7. You must be on 24/7. Something must be happening at all times, every time and everywhere. How many of us have seen that audio clip from Game of Thrones? Things are happening at the same time everywhere. Are we together? Things must be happening. Why? You are enjoying what you are doing. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. Don't forget to enjoy it. I want you to be proud about MLM. I want you to enjoy MLM. I want you to enjoy talking to people. I want you to enjoy closing people. I want you to enjoy the trips. I want you to enjoy the outreaches. I want you to enjoy grooming leaders. I want you to enjoy training. I want you to enjoy the facility we are using. There is this guy who washes cars down, Sam. Do you know that boy? How many of us have seen that boy? Yesterday I told Patel, this guy is so exceptional. The guy is always smiling. His heart is so pure and clean. The guy enjoys his job to the core. Are we together? I want you to enjoy your business. I want you to love what you are doing. I want you to move with your head high as a networker. I want the world to know that I'm a networker. I want my hobbies to know I sell products. I want my hobbies to know, I want my friends to know I am a networker. That's when you'll earn from it. That's when they will celebrate you for it. I don't know who was saying it, but he said, on every table, actually it is Daddy Muhire yesterday. This is what he said. On every table of successful people, When they are having a meeting of successful people, they call the successful people. They never care where your success is coming from. Whether you're the garbage collector, whether you're the one who does emptying of the toilets, whether you're the one who moves mukene in Kampala, whether you are the networker, whether you're the one who sells PK, they don't care. What they care about is, are you on the table of successful men? It's the same thing here. No one cares. When we are with the CEO, when we are with Elias, you meet very many corporate people who are very rich. They never ask. Even they can never. I have never, for the time I've been the CEO, I have never had anyone poke their nose. I have never had anyone say food supplement things. I've never had anyone say, never. Do you know why? It's a table of successful men. It's about, have you made the money at the end of the day? Let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not enjoy what you are doing, no one is ever going to respect you. People respect the success that you have. They don't respect you. They respect what comes with your name. That's why even if you're the most humble guy, but you're broke, man, you're ugly. Even if you're the most humble guy, but you are poor, man, no one cares about you. Because there's nothing that comes with you. Are we together? There's no contribution you have to the world. People care about your success. Get it? And sometimes you want to be honest with nature. You want to be honest with what the world wants. If you are going to live a good life, if you're going to live in this place comfortably. Ladies and gentlemen, once you choose home, anything is possible. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless you.